Oye, esto es solo para los rumberos.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Food Muscle. I'm your host Santiago, and today we're going to be talking about the cost of living healthy. Somebody has sent me a message to make a video talking about this really important topic, which I think is an awesome topic because people have always, sent me and talked about, certain things and saying, how do you do healthy living? How do you pay for some of the things that are organic and afford it? And then I understand this because some of the organic foods out there are really expensive. I mean, you could be spending twice, sometimes three times the amount for organic foods, and sometimes we just have to kind of balance out which are the pricier foods between one store and the other. And this is one of the things that we do. Is, for example, we do a lot of shopping at wholesale markets like BJ's or Costco's or something like that, and we buy our apples from over there, and we buy them in a big size bag, and it lasts us, for a good week. Well, it depends on how many bags. Usually we get like 2 or 3 bags. But all our kids love eating apples. We love eating apples. And so that's the best place to get them, as opposed to going to, another store where you have to buy them one by one or something like that. So it's better to kind of shop around and see which prices are better, has the better bargains. And so that's one way of doing it. Another way, you can try to just cut down on some of the expenses that you have around the house. For example, TV. Sometimes you don't need all the cable channels, the HBO, Cinemax, all that kind of stuff. I mean, we don't have to have all those boxes in every single room or a couple of the rooms in the house. So just by cutting back on some of the things within the house can give you the money that you need to buy the organic foods. So, and sometimes we don't think about things. There's so many things that people do on a regular basis that they prioritize over their health, over healthy green vegetables or fruits. For example, sometimes just your cell phone. Do you have to have that fancy cell phone? Do you have to have the expensive package that comes with that cell phone? You'd be surprised that you can actually have a cell phone and have it prepaid, for like $25 or something like that, and that'll last you for 3 months. So that right there, can cut down on a huge bill. Usually cell phones are like $80 or more a month. So the other thing you can kind of consider is, if you're out buying coffee in the morning, those expensive cappuccinos, they can be really pricey. You're talking like $4 or $5 for a cup of coffee. And if you cut back on that, that will again give you more money. Bringing your lunches to work, instead of going out and buying them, will also, save you a lot more money, because you have to remember that when you're buying, food in the store. Let me give you an example. If you buy a bag of spinach, okay, let's say you're a single person, and if you buy a bag of spinach, that could probably last you the whole entire week. That spinach might cost you about $5, okay, but you have a whole bag of spinach full of greens that are living foods, and it costs you only $5 for the entire week. And let's say it's double that price, and let's say it's $10 if you buy 2 bags. Now, considering you can take that particular food, make a salad with it, add it with some lettuce, maybe put some tomatoes or something like that in it, and bring it to lunch and have it for lunch, as opposed to going out at lunch and spending $5 for your lunch for that day. So sometimes you have to kind of measure out how much money you're putting in towards something else. Do you need to have all these clothes if you're shopping every few weeks? Do you have to have X amount of shirts? Do you have to have the fancy shoes and so many pairs of pants and things like that? Are we spending too much money on things that we don't need, as opposed to spending that money where it should be, which is the food that are giving us life, that are giving us health, and staying away from some of the junky foods? And of course, it makes it tough, especially for people who are on the go and who aren't doing the whole organic, or raw foods, and they think it's just so much easier to just go to the drive-through and buy the fast foods, and they're making it cheap because they're saying you can buy a meal for like $2. And so it's really attractive. But what are you buying? You're buying unhealthy food that's promoting high cholesterol, blood pressure, obesity. So these are the things you have to really try to consider what you're doing, because you're spending money on what seems to be low costing foods, but then in the end you're going to end up paying more money on the doctor bills you're going to be getting in years to come. I mean, because this country, in the United States alone, has the highest rate of obesity. I mean, it's just so ridiculous how so many people are getting big. And it doesn't surprise me, because in every corner you see all the fast food restaurants. I'm not trying to name names, so I don't want to get in trouble, because, it's just about picking the better choices, So instead of going out there and getting your French fries, or getting your chips, or some of your fast food sandwiches, just pick the better foods, buy your foods, prepare your meals, and you'll be surprised on how good you feel. You'll be surprised on how more cost efficient it can be. I mean, and just imagine all the people that are spending so much money on medications. I mean, this is medications that we're spending so much money on to live a healthier life. And all we need to do is eat healthier. Eat healthier, choose healthier living foods that are organic foods, that are away from the toxic pesticides and all the chemicals that we're putting into our body for years and years. And another good way to do this is to, buy the staying away from the dirty dozen. What I mean by that is that there's a group of vegetables and fruits that we normally eat with the skin on it, okay? I'm not referring to like bananas. Okay? Obviously bananas you peel off and things like that, so you don't eat the actual skin, but things like tomatoes, grapes, and these are part of the dirty dozen that you really want to try to buy organic, because of the fact that you're eating the whole entire fruits with the skin, and so therefore you're really taking in all of those toxins if you're not buying them organic. So let me break down the list to you. And this is called the 12 Dirty Dozen. So the first on the list is celery. Okay. Then we got peaches, strawberries, apples, blueberries, nectarines, bell peppers, spinach, kale, cherries, potatoes, and grapes. So those are your 12 dirty dozen, and you want to try to make sure when you're buying those specific fruits and vegetables to make sure you're buying them organic, because you don't want to, and you might want to just consider the fact that if you're not buying them organic, that's a big, huge, even if you're spraying them with water, you're not going to get rid of all of the pesticides and chemicals that are on it. So it's not like it's easy to just, oh well, just rinse it under the water and it'll get rid of all of it. No, that's not. Unfortunately, that's not the case. So when you're trying to buy organic foods, at least try to go by the dirty dozen formula, and making sure that you're buying those specific foods organic. Okay, so the other thing you want to also do is go to your farmer's market and shop for your produce at your farmer's market, because a lot of times, you can talk directly to the farmer, and and then you can get good deals. So, and by buying in season is an awesome way to get that better price. For example, around here, when it's cold, you get the better prices on the apples, and in the summertime, it's a better time to get the oranges. Okay, so that's just for our particular area. But sometimes it's by talking to your farmers in your local area, your farmers market. You get to know them on the personal level, and a lot of times, even if they're not organic, they're not spraying chemicals on their fruits and their vegetables, but because they can't afford to be certified organic, because it is expensive to get that certification. And for a while, it took me a bit to understand why it costs so much for all these organic foods to be, why they're so pricey. And a lot of it is because it costs a lot of money to have that certification. So that's it, guys. I hope this is helpful. And once again, try to choose the better foods. Prioritize your pricing on everything, okay? So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend. Come find me on Facebook. Find me on Twitter. Love you guys. Thank you all for subscribing. I'll see y'all next time on The Raw Food Muscle.
Llegó la banda que le arranca la barriga al cielo.